It is very auspicious. It is even belated. It is belated because we pride ourselves as a giant of Africa, but we always catch up with the rest of Africa. And it's not good. We always cite Kenya, South Africa. When I went to Ghana in 2008 to observe election, they already had independent candidacy. They already have early voting provision. Kenya already has early voting. There are let me pick my chairman's word. I'm not partisan, so he knows he's my chairman when it comes to professional. He knows what. I'm a consultant, so let's put it that way.
Okay.
So what I'm trying to say is that, first, let me lay this background. We used to have independent candidacy in the First Republic. Yes, we had. There is a very popular billionaire, as at that time, if I can call him billionaire, we call him millionaire now, then, Candido Darwecha.
Okay.
Who is very wealthy, Lagos-based, but, from the pedigree of those who returned from Brazil, those who had, his grandparents were taken to Brazil on slavery, so he returned to Nigeria, became very influential and wealthy. He ran as an independent in the First Republic, even though he didn't win. So it's just the military coup that truncated all the good things that we used to have. Okay, today we are talking of all political parties must be national. It wasn't like that in the First Republic. There are parties who contested within the region, and they have elected representatives in the assembly. But we said, oh, because of ethnicity, tribalism, make everything national. And that's how because we are no longer learning history in school, we are now reinventing the wheel. When we used to have something and we could just have updated it. But coming back to your question, it is long overdue. Okay. Long overdue in the sense that, see, there are things it doesn't mean everybody who wants to contest will go and contest as independent. And let me shock you. There are stringent provisions for you to meet before you can even be on the ballot as an independent. It's not like you just say, okay, I'm going to run as an independent. There are threshold of signatories that you must have endorsing your candidacy before the electoral management body will enlist you to be on the ballot. So assuming they ask you for 50,000 registered voters to endorse your candidacy, that is more than you will need if you go through primaries. I don't know if you get my mathematics. So you want to run as a governor, and they said you must have 100,000 voters who are on the register to endorse you across all the local government. So will you not campaign? Or do you want to just say, you think you will just say, oh yeah, you still campaign, and you may even end up spending more than if you have just paid a token to the party and they organize the primary. And in primaries, there are 3 provisions. Consensus, you can come in and become a consensus candidate of the party, according to electoral 2022. You can also, the party also has the priority of conducting indirect primary and direct primary. And you could see that all of this is now being practiced, even though there are still some issues. There are 2 sides to every coin. So let nobody jubilate that, oh, if you have an independent candidacy provision, then it will just be a walk in the park for them to become elected. There are still thresholds, there are still conditions precedent that you will need to meet before the electoral management body will enlist you. And that's why INEC needs to be in this conversation.